Why, hello there, my friend. Welcome to Getting Wellville. I want you to sit back, relax, lay down if you want, get comfortable. I want to share with you the secret of how to get healthy. I used to be very sick, and I'd like to show you how I got well. I'm also going to summarize what I learned at the International School of Detoxification, taught by Dr. Robert Morse, one of the greatest healers of our time. So let's get right into it, shall we? When you think about the overall health of the human body, it really comes down to the health of each individual cell, because that's what we are essentially, a collection of cells. About 100 trillion of them. Each cell is surrounded by two fluids, the blood and the lymphatic fluid. Your cells feed from the blood and release waste into the lymph. So if you think of your body as a house, and all the walls and other structural components are your cells, you have a kitchen to feed the cells, which is your blood, and you have a bathroom to release waste into, which is your lymphatic system. We also have bacteria living in and on our bodies. Bacteria would be like the people that live in the house. Some of them are helpful and clean up after themselves and hang plants in the windows. And other members are like the teenagers that leave their clothes on the floor and right on the walls and stuff. So for a happy house, you want more good people or good bacteria than bad. So keep that in mind. A house full of disrespectful teenage bacteria is not a happy house. When faced with a health challenge of any kind, doesn't matter what it is, there's a problem with the individual cells in that area. For example, if you have arthritis in your left knee, it's the cells in your left knee that aren't functioning properly. But why? Well, much like your pet fish Timmy, who needs a clean tank of water to be healthy, the fluids surrounding your cells need to be clean, or your cells won't function properly. Imagine if you took a bath in the same water over and over again. How disgusting would that be? Well, that's what a lot of us have going on inside our bodies. It's called stagnation. You need a flowing river in your body, not a stagnant pond. You want a constant movement of nutrients to the cell and waste away from the cell. If your lymphatic system or your sewer system becomes clogged up to the point where you aren't releasing waste fast enough, your cells begin to bathe in dirty water and they start to break down and even mutate after a while. So when thinking of why a certain part of your body isn't functioning properly, no matter where it is in the body, there really is only two possible problems. Either the cell isn't getting the right nutrients from the blood, or the lymphatic system isn't removing the waste fast enough and is therefore poisoning those cells. Your cells can't run away, They're stuck in place. Have you ever seen somebody's nose travel down to their stomach, then grab something to eat, and head back on up to the face? I doubt it. But each cell in your nose needs to eat food and release its waste somehow. So that's why each and every cell in your nose, and your entire body for that matter, is surrounded by the blood and lymph fluids, to feed and cleanse the cell without it having to travel anywhere. If I walk into a room and people are smoking in there, and they're spraying hairspray, and I can just leave. I can choose not to breathe in that toxic air, go find some fresh air to breathe. Your cells don't have that option. That's why it's so vital that you focus on providing those cells with a healthy environment in which to live. And that means providing them with healthy blood to feed from and a clean, smooth, flowing lymphatic system to clean them. So let me explain how this system breaks down and why we get sick. We live in a toxic world. You can just go out for a walk outside and breathe in car exhaust and have chemtrails raining down on you, people blowing smoke in your face. Just breathing is an assault to your body these days. Our foods are sprayed with chemicals, and some foods by their very nature are just bad news. Think deep-fried Mars bars. They're not great for you. So just as an example, say you take a breath. The oxygen enters your bloodstream through your lungs, but you also take in some carbon monoxide from the car exhaust. Your body sends that poison to your liver to be identified. Alarm bells go off, and this poison is sent to your lymphatic fluid, which, like I said, is the sewer system of the body. It's a fatty liquid that can handle the harsh, acidic, burning nature of most toxins. So these cute little toxins travel along the lymphatic vessels until they reach a lymph node. This is like a little bubble where large amounts of bacteria and immune system cells are concentrated. These bacteria help beat up and break down these toxins and try to neutralize them and turn them into a form that is less harmful to the body. Your body can't just eliminate the toxin as is. It's too harsh and it will damage and burn your cells on its way out. So as your body is neutralizing these toxins, the lymph nodes often get swollen as more and more toxins are consumed and elimination becomes stagnant. Think of your tonsils. It's a very common practice these days to remove tonsils when they become swollen. But those are just lymph nodes, and if they feel swollen, that means they're full of toxins. Your body wants to eliminate those toxins, but your lymph is just not draining properly from your head because your kidneys are clogged up. The kidneys are the main exit point of the body for toxins to leave. So by removing your tonsils, you're just removing a part of your defense against the outside world. Now you have less tools to fight back with. Picture a football game where you have 11 players trying to stop the other 11 players from scoring. Now imagine removing one player just because he's a little dehydrated. Now you only have 10 players. Does that sound like a good idea? Wouldn't it be better to just give that guy some coconut water and get him back in the game so you have a full team? You never want to remove a lymph node if you have the choice. Instead, work on loosening up that lymph fluid with fruits and vegetables, and make sure your kidneys are open so the toxins can leave your body. So, once these toxins have traveled through the lymphatic system and made their way through several lymph nodes and been neutralized, they are ready to be eliminated from the body. The body has 4 main exit points for these toxins to leave: the kidneys, colon, skin, and lungs. You might want to write that down because those are your 4 keys to getting well. The main exit point the body prefers to use before all others are the kidneys. These pair of organs, which you can feel in your mid to lower back area, are the first place to break down in most people because it's the main road in which toxicity travels. Your kidneys are one of the key focal points in overcoming any health challenge. Fix the kidneys, and then the toxins have an opening to leave the body. And once they do, your cells can start to regenerate. So if you think of your body as a house, picture you're having a house party. The guests represent toxins. So there's hundreds of people or toxins, and they're all having a good time. They're laughing, flirting with each other. There's a guy in the corner doing a weird little dance, and all of a sudden he knocks over a lamp and a fire breaks out. People start to panic and they run for the main exit, the front door. But there's a problem. The front door is jammed. 2 big front doors that should be opening, but the wood is warped from the fire and nobody can leave. Think of the front doors as your kidneys. Well, imagine after years of following an unhealthy diet and breathing in the toxic city air and having negative thoughts and emotions, and your kidneys are clogged up and can't release the toxins anymore. So the people are panicking, trying to find a new way out. The next closest exit is the windows, which represent your skin. So people start smashing windows and they're coming out your skin now. Think of all the skin conditions we have these days. When I was a teenager, I had really bad acne. I was so embarrassed I barely wanted to leave the house sometimes. I know how that feels, so if you're suffering from any skin conditions, I feel your pain, my friend. I know it sucks, but you're learning why now. Rashes, eczema, acne, psoriasis, rosacea, itchy skin. These are all just signs of toxins trying to leave your body. They're coming out the skin because the kidneys are clogged up. So to relieve any skin condition, we first need to reopen the kidneys. Knowing this, how effective do you think it would be long-term to treat skin conditions topically with creams and lotions and benzoyl peroxide and all that stuff? It does nothing to get at the root cause. We need to regain your kidney filtration to help take the burden off your skin. So back to the party. Those 2 exits are now being used. The rest of the people in the burning house spot the back door. Think of the back door as your colon. No pun intended. So they try to get out the back door, but you've been eating cheese every day for 30 years. Your back door is not the spunky fellow it used to be. Instead of having 2 or 3 bowel movements a day, you're praying to sweet Mary Louise that your bowels will move at all this week. We need to unblock this doorway with high water content foods like fruits and vegetables, and limit the foods that stick to our colons like animal products and processed foods and all those rancid oils, any foods that are really sticky. If it's hard to clean your dishes, think about what that's doing inside your colon. So the front door is blocked up, the back door is blocked up, people are jumping out the windows. What's left? The chimney. People are climbing out the freaking chimney. Those are your lungs. Think of it: asthma, bronchitis, sleep apnea, emphysema. These aren't genetic diseases that are attacking the lungs. These are just toxins trying to leave the body, and of course they're going to irritate on their way out. Those people at the party, they just want to leave the burning building. They're panicking, they're smashing into furniture, they're knocking over paintings. They're doing damage every second they're in the house. And that's what toxins are doing in our bodies. We just need to open all the doors and windows and let them leave. Instead of smashing the house apart to get out, everyone will just have a nice safe passage to the outside and damage will be minimal. Then we can come clean up once they're gone. Everything will be good. So let's get everybody outside safely and let's start repairing the damage that's been done. It's really that simple. So the number 1 key to overcoming any health condition is to open those exit points of the body: the kidneys, colon, skin, and lungs. Start to move that lymphatic waste out of your body. This should be your major focus before anything else you may be thinking. Adding superfoods to a toxic body is like painting over a dirty wall. You want to clean that wall before you paint it. You'll get much better results that way. So that's basically why we get sick. There really are only 2 diseases that I've ever heard of: toxicity or deficiency. And really, most deficiencies resolve themselves just by clearing the toxicity. Once you clean out your digestive tract, you can absorb your food much better, and a lot of the deficiencies go away without even adding any different foods. So to sum it up, we take in toxins from the air we breathe, the food we eat, the water we drink, the negative thoughts we have, and even the negative emotions that we feel. and these toxins build up. And it's not only the toxins that do the damage, it's the mucus that our body produces to surround these toxins and protect our cells from the damage. It starts to clog up our body pretty bad. If you've ever drinking a glass of milk and felt mucus after, you know what I'm talking about. Imagine clogging yourself up with that mucus day after day for years. That's what's happening. Fruits and vegetables dissolve that mucus in the body. Everything else is either mildly to severely mucus forming. For example, nuts and seeds may encourage a very mild amount of mucus to be produced, but hamburgers and potato chips cause severe amounts. So these are much more clogging. Our digestive tract builds up layers of mucus and we can't absorb the nutrition from our food. That's why we're hungry all the time. Our lungs fill up with mucus and we can't extract enough oxygen from the air. Just listen to a smoker talk for a couple minutes and it's not long before they have to clear their throat of that mucus. It's just protecting them, but it's severely clogging us up. It limits our energy flow all throughout the body. We're so full of mucus, it's unbelievable. You can see it clearly when you get a cold or flu, how much mucus you can eliminate. It's fascinating. So that's the goal here. Eliminate the toxins and the mucus that's built up over the years. Then the body can truly regenerate. That's when the miracles start to happen. So how do we do this, you ask? Get to it, vegetable police. Tell us what to do already. How do we clear the obstructions that we've created in our bodies? Always start with the diet. Diet seems to have the biggest and most noticeable effect. You want to start slowly though. If you go from a typical standard American diet to one largely dominated by fruits and vegetables, you might find yourself experiencing some intense detox reactions. You don't want to detox faster than your organs of elimination can keep up with, or the toxins will just be moving around in your body with no place to go. So start slowly just by adding more fruits and vegetables to your current diet. Make some vegetable juice, have some fruit for breakfast, just ease into it. Your eventual goal, should you want to overcome a health challenge, should be to spend some time eating nothing but raw fruits and vegetables, and their juices. Fruits are the most cleansing food on the planet, and vegetables are second best. The vegetables also help build you up while the fruits break you down, so it's important to keep building throughout this whole process, or you can find yourself getting too skinny and without enough strength to even overcome your illness. You might spend periods of time just on fruits alone to cleanse at a higher level. Then you spend some time balancing out with more vegetables and some plant fats like avocados, nuts, and seeds to rebuild yourself. It's a journey. Find your balance. Try to listen to what your body's asking for. If your body's rejecting the fruits and it's too intense for you, spend more time building up with the veggies and the fats until you feel ready to dig deeper and cleanse at that higher level. There's people out there that have eaten nothing but watermelon for 2 months. Dr. Robert Morse, the naturopath who taught the detoxification course I took, he once ate nothing but oranges for 6 months. Imagine how cleansing that would be. But you have to work yourself up to something like that. Focus on regenerating your organs of elimination first with herbs, and slowly add more fruits and veggies to your diet. I eat a mostly raw diet myself, and I've done little cleanses like that. I ate nothing but cantaloupes and bananas for 2 weeks. I've eaten just grapes for 4 days. Just this past summer, I ate nothing but cantaloupes and mangoes for 4 days. Just work your way up to it. Eventually, pick a fruit that you love that's in season and ripe and it's just appealing to your senses, and eat nothing but that fruit for a day. See how long you can go. Have fun with it. You might find yourself feeling euphoric at times, or just super tired, and that's when you rest. Let your body heal itself. Also, In general, the sweeter the fruit, the less detoxifying it is. Fruits come in many categories, like sweet fruits like bananas and dates and figs. They're very nourishing, they aren't that detoxifying. Doesn't mean you shouldn't eat them. They're actually great as a slow detox food. They're very sustaining, affordable. They're a good backup plan when you don't have the juicier fruits available. If you want the more powerful fruits for detox, you gotta think of the lemons and the oranges and grapes and melons. Lemons and grapes are so astringent, they literally pull toxins out of your body. Think of taking a bite into a lemon, how you pucker up and it pulls your face inward. Well, that's what it does in your body too. It pulls. It's like, hey toxins, come here buddy. And then it grabs onto them and takes them right out of your body. That's why fruits are the king. Even vegetables can't do that. Foods to start eliminating first. I think the most mucus forming food of all times is dairy products of all kind, milk to cheese. They just create mucus and clog you up faster than anything else. So if you can eliminate one food first, go for the dairy. Then it's the processed meats you want to eliminate, like bacon and sandwich meats and hot dogs. And those are the worst of all. Eventually, you want to be eliminating all animal products, even the organic, free-range, grass-fed stuff that was raised by Santa Claus himself. You want to get rid of these foods. They're too heavy. They will only slow you down. So much protein is just so acidic, and it hurts the kidneys. It really hampers their ability to filter the toxins out. And that's our main goal here, is to increase kidney filtration, not hamper it. So all high protein foods are detrimental to detox. Then it's the processed foods like cookies and donuts and cereal and basically anything that's cooked at an extremely high temperature, refined and filled with preservatives and chemicals. These aren't really foods, they're games. That's what they are. They're fun. They stimulate the brain, but they are mucus forming and will clog you up. Even lots of starchy foods can really slow down elimination. And when you're not breaking the sugars down completely, they can actually feed parasites and bad bacteria. So you really want to strengthen your pancreas and adrenal glands before you even think about eating starch, especially if you're looking to eliminate a health challenge. It's easiest to think of fruits and veggies as the cleansers and healers and builders of the body, and everything else is at least slightly to severely slowing down detoxification, which can actually be a tool. Eventually, you'll probably run into some sort of healing crisis where you either break out in acne or get a rash or headaches and extreme fatigue. And the choice is always yours to either speed up through that detox by becoming more strict with the fruits and veggies and fasting, or you slow it down to a bearable speed by adding in some of the cooked foods like potatoes and steamed veggies, or adding more plant fats like avocados and nuts if you want to stay raw. Remember to find your balance. Try to eat as clean as you can stand for the quickest results. Do it safely though, and if you feel you're detoxing too quick and you can't sleep at night, slow down. It's not a race. If it was a race, that slow-ass tortoise always won, didn't he? So, as you start increasing the fruits and veggies, which is of course much easier in the summertime with all the delicious summer fruits available and it's much cheaper, you really want to get on an herbal protocol. I'm going to put a link in the description below that shows you the different herbal formulas you can get from Dr. Morse himself. He's been healing people for over 40 years and he's been working on his formulas and tweaking them, and he gets good results with his clients. So if you can afford it, order the herbs from him and I'll tell you which ones. If you can't afford his formulas, because they are pretty expensive, just look at the formulas that I'm suggesting And try to get as many of the herbs in each formula as you can from your own health food store. And then you can either make your own tinctures or boil the herbs into a tea or buy capsules and stuff them with the dried herbs. Just get them into your body however you can, and they'll help tremendously with opening up your channels of elimination and strengthening your organs and glands, and they really help to rebuild the body. So I hope you enjoyed part 1 of why we get sick and how to get well. That should give you a basic understanding of the human body and how it malfunctions and why we get sick and how to reverse it. So in part 2, I'm going to go over the 4 areas of the body that you really want to focus on to really help boost detoxification. These are the organs and glands you need to focus on to truly heal anything. Thanks for watching that wonderful video about why we get sick and how to get well. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already for some reason. Share it on your Facebook page. That sounds like fun. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And feel free to share your thoughts on the video or whatever else is on your mind down below. Ask me what to do next, and I might do it. No guarantee.